Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now welcome our first speaker, Highland.
Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eli Curry, your student body vice president, or more commonly known as the evil dictator who reigns the nearest absence. Before I start my speech, I'd like to thank and extend a special welcome out to Rhonda Page, governing board member, for being here today. I would also like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for his role in my life over these 4 years. I want to thank him for the peace and comfort I have felt during my hardships. I want to thank him for my athletic and academic achievements. And I want to thank him for confirming my true eternal identity as a child of God. Christ has taught me significantly. In one particular parable, he taught me a lesson that really resonated with me. It starts with the traveler who's minding his own business and through no fault of his own gets mauled, beaten, and robbed. Many ordinary people and noble people from many different backgrounds travel down this path and ignore him. However, there is one person who chose to be different, who decided to go against social norms and have a compassion upon him. This stranger bound his wounds and took him to the nearest inn. When the stranger left the inn, he paid for the traveler's stay and promised the host that he would repay him for any additional money spent. The question becomes, who is this stranger? In one setting, it is us. As we progress to the next phase of our lives, we need to put others' needs above our own. We need to humble ourselves and seek to uplift and heal. We have the power to have a lasting impact on our community, but it starts with you. You must ask yourself if you are willing to be different from the world and act in ways that go against the wrongs of the world. However, this story can be viewed in a different light. The traveler being you. Things, people, and life situations will beat and maul you. You will go through some of your worst days in the near future. You will have things thrown your way that will be unfair and unjust. And some days are going to be filled with pain and heartache. Yet there is hope. You are not alone. There is someone right now in your life that you may or may not know that loves and understands the hard times and trials that you have gone through or that you will go through. Nurturing this relationship will allow you to overcome any trial that you will face, and you will find overpowering peace during your darkest hours. With that being said, I want to thank you all for coming this afternoon, and remember, you are not alone, you are loved.
afternoon, families, friends, governing board member Rhonda Page, and the graduating class of 2024. I'm Cody Skutnick, and I'm currently the student body secretary here at Highland. Today, we gather here to celebrate all of our accomplishments over the past 13 years and get ready to embark on the next chapter of our lives. As we cherish these moments together, it's important to remember the people who've helped us get to where we are today. I've had the opportunity of meeting so many wonderful teachers and staff here at Highland, and I'm so appreciative of the everlasting impact they've had on my life. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing one of the most important people on our campus, Mr. Brian Yee. I have been fortunate enough to personally know Mr. Yee for many years, and I'm so grateful for the impact he has had on my life. Brian Yee was born and raised in Mesa, Arizona, and graduated from Mesa High School. He received his bachelor's degree from Arizona State University in secondary education, and later earned his master's degree in educational leadership from Northern Arizona University. He started his educational career teaching 7th grade social studies and has been a principal at Highland Junior, Greenfield Junior, and is now in his second year at Highland High School. He truly has enjoyed his time at the Nest and loves the students and staff. Mr. Yee is married to his wife Jamie, and together they have 7 children. They enjoy attending Highland games, concerts, and other events, and are proud to be a part of the Highland community. When Mr. Yee is not attending Highland-related events, he enjoys spending time with his family and traveling to the beach. He still loves playing basketball with the fellas and wearing Nikes that remind him of his younger days. Mr. Yee could have not asked for a better second year at Highland and is so grateful for the class of 2024. Please help me welcome our principal, Mr. Yee.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Highland Seniors Class of 2024, for inviting me to speak with you on this special day and incredible time of your life. Please, once again, help me welcome our Gilbert Public Schools board member, Rhonda Page, and welcome to our family, friends, and Highland staff who are with us today to honor and celebrate you, the Class of 2024. What is the Highland Baccalaureate ceremony? It is an event for our 2024 graduates and their families to savor the significance of their moments as a Highland student and to reflect and celebrate their Hawk experiences. We got the opportunity, and we'll get more opportunities, to listen to our amazing, talented student musicians who will favor us with their voice and instruments. I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak with you and share some of my thoughts from this amazing 2023-2024 school year. About a month ago, I had an opportunity to be part of a leadership training and heard from some amazing speakers. One of the most impactful quotes came from that training and was shared with the audience at the beginning of our time together. The person leading that discussion was Sean Cullimore, and Sean shared a quote that resonated with me that morning. Sean explained to us in the audience that the majority of you, if not all of you, will likely not remember the specific words or information that will be shared with you that morning by next week. But you will remember how you felt during that training, and to remember that feeling as you move forward with putting into action what was being taught. Just like Sean shared with me last month, I don't think you will remember what I share specifically with you today, but I hope that you remember how you feel today and to use those feelings to help you in the future. First and foremost, I am proud of you. You amaze me with your talents and your ability to learn, grow, apply, and repeat. You perform at high levels academically and achieve at excelling levels. Outside of the classroom and on the stage, on the fields, on the courts, on the track, wherever you go, you excel through your best efforts. And while we do not always come out on top with that championship trophy or banner, those trophies and banners do not define success. I would not trade any of you or any of our teams or our programs for any other student or school, because you as individuals and as a group is what matters and represents success. It is an honor to represent you as the Highland principal, to proudly wear the black and teal Hawk shirts out in the wild away from the nest, and have former students, parents, strangers come up to me and say hello because of that Hawk shirt. That is a testament to you and what you have done as Highland students to create that legacy and impact in our community. I wish I could say that I know each of you individually and can remember your name and what you have accomplished. I apologize that I do not. But please know that you individually have done incredible things, but together as a class of 2024, you have achieved at an exceptional level. To quote one of our 2024 Highland seniors, Rachel Gardner, she said, "Excellence is not accidental. The excellence that you have accomplished this school year is not accidentally done or by happenstance. It is due to your focused and specific efforts to try and do, to take risk and to fail, to not let the failures keep you down, and you rise from those failures to try again until you accomplish what you are seeking to do. As you prepare to leave the nest, do not be afraid to face challenges head on, to confront them and endure through the process of struggle. These struggles and these challenges are opportunities for you to become stronger and prepare you for that next challenge. The challenges will never go away. They never disappear. They will always be here to help you to become a better you. Another 2024 Highland senior, Annie Kowalski, states, "Without the hardships I went through in each stage of my life and the people I had to guide me along the way, I fear that I may not be able to be in the position I am in today." Those hardships help define who you are, strengthen your resolve, develop the grit and resilience that you need to be successful in whatever you do. Do not give up when faced with a challenge. Do not run away from it. Run into it and attack it with all that you have and have confidence that you will be better because of it. It is quite possible that your attempt will fail, but I believe you will learn from that experience and be able to apply it again the next time you face an obstacle, and you will succeed. I have the unique opportunity to see you in action in a variety of situations. I see you laugh and smile with friends as you walk in Hawk Hall. I see you collaborating in the classroom on mathematical equations that look like they're taken straight from the NASA manual. I see you practice on this very stage over and over to perfect your craft and your musical talents as you shine in concerts and performances. I see the determination in your eyes as you compete on the field against opponents bigger and stronger and faster than you. I also see your parents in the stands cheering you on. I see them fill up this auditorium for concerts and plays. I hear them support you when you feel defeated or not good enough. I see them light up when they see you after a competition or a performance and are proud of you because you tried, not because you won something, but because you practiced, studied, and put in countless hours and hours and days to be able to give it your best shot. They embrace you because they are proud of who you are and who you are becoming. To our 2024 senior parents, thank you for what you have done to guide, help, assist, and encourage your children to get to this stage of life. It is not easy, as any parent can attest to, but you make it look easy. Please enjoy these special moments today, the following week, and truly celebrate what you have accomplished. Thank you to our 2024 parents for your unwavering support of these incredible students and for loving them the way that you do. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life." Right now, regardless of what you have done, you are all moving on to the next chapter in life. Some of you are headed to where you want to go. Some of you have no idea what's happening next. Each of these situations and everything in between cause anxiety and stress. It just looks different and hits differently. But please do not compare yourself with others. Do not knock yourself or criticize yourself or disrespect yourself with where you are currently at. Don't play the what if game, the what if I did this or what if I did that. Like Steve said, don't waste your time living someone else's life. Instead, look at the opportunities that await for you this next chapter of your life. You have the opportunity to create what you want to happen next, and it just takes you to take it one step at a eternity now turns into minutes. Take advantage of the time that you have now in front of you. You truly have the opportunity to write your next chapter. If you do not know what you are wanting to do or what you are good at, please take solace in the fact that you impact others in positive ways without even knowing it. I testify to that you have impacted me positively and you are not even aware of it. This past February, my last grandparent alive, Grandma Yi, she came home from the hospital to be at home with her loved ones and prepared to leave this earth at the age of 100. I had the opportunity to help serve her and care for her and love her alongside my amazing 3 aunts. While they were by her side 24/7, I could only get out to see her in Phoenix every couple of days in the evenings. She would ask me about Highland High School, and what we would talk about were games or concerts or events that were happening here at Highland. Late into those evenings, she would tell me to head home because I was late at night, I had a long drive, and I had to be up early the next day for work. She wanted to make sure that I didn't miss seeing our students here at Highland. I know that she found comfort in knowing that I was being taken care of by our Highland students and staff and could get lost in all of the incredible things that happen here. The following mornings after those visits with Grandma could be emotional, but what brought me out of those moments were interacting with you. You smiled, you said good morning, or you fist bumped as I walked by. You yelled out Mr. Yi from upstairs in Hawk Hall as I walked down below, and you waved to me. At games, you gave me high fives, or at concerts, you gave me hearty welcomes. I could depend on you to lift me up with how genuinely you act and through your everyday efforts. My Grandma Yi passed away peacefully last week, and she was laid to rest just a few days ago. And once again, when I returned back to campus this past Friday, you were unaware of her passing, but there you were with your smiles, hellos, fist bumps, and making me laugh. And you did not even know how much you were impacting me in that moment and lifting me up. You were just being you. So Hawks, remember that you have the power to impact others and raise them up through your everyday actions and how you treat others. Be kind, be caring, be respectful. It sounds so basic and so simple, but those acts truly make a difference to others, as they have made a difference to me. So as you prepare to leave the nest next week, never forget that you have a talent to share with others, to help them feel better wherever they are at in that moment. That you can impact others in positive ways, and all you have to do is be yourself. When you doubt yourself or wonder what your purpose is, you can always raise yourself up knowing that you made an impact on your principal daily, that you made him feel proud to be a Hawk, that you raised them up without even knowing it, by just being you. Thank you, Hawks of 2024, and congratulations on your upcoming graduation from Highland High School. It is now my pleasure to introduce the faculty speaker that our seniors of 2024 chose to hear from today. Mr. Robert Allen was born in Phoenix, Arizona, and attended and graduated from Brophy Prep High School, which we don't hold against him. He earned a bachelor's degree in English and history from Northern Arizona University and also a master's degree in leadership from NAU. While attending NAU, he received the Outstanding Graduate Award and also was the Homecoming King. Mr. Allen did a student teaching here at Highland during the 1996-97 school year, and the ensuing year was hired to teach forever here at Highland High School. He has taught 9th, 10th, 11th grade English, world history, U.S. history, 11th grade junior block American Lit class. During the 2001-2002 school year, he helped create and start the GC 105 Community Outreach class, where our students have the opportunity to provide service in our community. The class continues to this day and is an integral piece to the highly recognized and successful Highland High School Blood Drive program, which just recently last week received the award for the highest total number of donations for high schools in the state of Arizona. This is the 17th year in a row that the Blood Drive program has received that distinction, and Mr. Allen is a driving force behind this incredible run of annual donations to save lives. Mr. Allen's wife is also a teacher and has taught at Town Meadows Elementary School and currently teaches at Christ Greenfield School. Their son Logan graduated from Gilbert High School last year and currently attends Universal Technical Institute, and their daughter Grace is completing her freshman year at Highland and was part of our softball team. Mr. Allen and his family love to travel to La Jolla, California every year, which is their family tradition for vacation, and they spend a lot of time up in the Northwest to visit Mr. Allen's mom in Astoria, Oregon. Please help me welcome Mr. Bob Allen to the stage.
A little shorter than Mr. Reed. Give me a second. Oh, seniors. I love you guys. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit, but I had to come up with how to do the speech. So first of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Yee for the introduction. Second of all, I'd like to thank you, the graduates of Highland High School 2024, for selecting me to speak to you. Now, I'm not sure if that was the best choice, but it was the choice, so you're stuck with it now. I was trying to figure out how to do your speech, and kind of like you guys when you're writing essays this year and didn't know what to write or how to write it, and you consulted with ChatGPT, I too did the same, my friends. And I read the speech to my wife, and she said, honey, you can't get that speech. It's very robotic, super impersonal. It may kind of go off okay with the kids that are using ChatGPT, but it's not going to work. So I totally got rid of that idea, thanks to my wife being smart. The second thing I thought that would really get you going at a baccalaureate, because there's nothing that says baccalaureate like a rap. I noticed that you guys chose rap as your genre of music that you like the best, so I prepared a rap for you. I was going to do it in Latin, because if you don't know, baccalaureates traditionally, sermons were done in Latin, so I thought about doing a Latin rap. That's right. And I actually have it written, but I think I may make it into a TikTok, and I'll send it out to you guys. Does that work? Okay. With that being said, that kind of leaves me with nothing, because those are my two choices for a speech, so I think I'm just going to do what I do, and if you've had me as a student, you know this. I'm just going to speak from the heart, and I'm just going to talk to you about why I love this place. And as I'm telling you why I love Highland High School and the institution that Highland is, I want you to be thinking about why you love it. You just spent 4 years here, and you're going to graduate from here. And I'm assuming that almost all of you have some sort of love for Highland in some capacity, whether it's getting involved with a sports team, or academics, or anything, club, organization, music, theater, right? I'm hoping you have nearly as much love as I have for the school. I wouldn't have stayed here 28 years if I didn't love this place. And I love this place. I had opportunities to leave along the way. And Highland, there is no place like Highland. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. I travel around and visit a lot of schools in the state of Arizona, and I'm telling you, Highland is a special place. So while I'm talking about why I love Highland and what caused me to love Highland, I want you to be thinking about it yourself. So the first thing is, what happened to me when I got to Highland is they had me teaching freshman world history. Wasn't loving Highland at that point. Neither were the freshmen. And then what happened is, I talked to one of the administrators and I said, hey, you know, at my high school and my college, I was involved in service, and that's kind of what got me going, and that's what I'm passionate about. Do we have like a key club or a service club on campus? And the administrator said, we have this club called Extra Mile. And I'm like, no, I don't want to run. I want to do service. And they said, well, actually, we have this Renaissance program where all the students are supposed to do 2 hours of community service, and if they do more than the 2 hours of community service, they're going the extra mile. And I'm like, okay, I'll go with that club. So I volunteered. I decided I'm going to go be an advisor for this club. So my first piece of advice to you is many of you were connected and involved at Highland. Continue that tradition, right? You can't really love something if you don't commit to it and if you don't actually get deeply involved in it. And so that's how I started loving Highland. I started doing community service with my Extra Mile kids. And it was usually a lot of them were my NHS honors kids because they were trying to get scholarship money in colleges, applications, whatnot. And what I found is as we were doing things like trick or treat for cans in the fall for our annual food drive, which by the way I thought was genius. The freshman and sophomore came up with the idea, like, we're in high school and we're really not supposed to be going trick-or-treating or dressing up. But if we do it to go get cans for the food drive and get candy in the process, good idea. So we did. And then in the spring, student council one year said, hey, we're pretty swamped. It's prom season. Can the Extra Mile Club take over our blood drives? And the kids were like, yeah, why not? We're feeding people in the fall. Let's save some lives in the spring. We would do adopt a family during the holiday season. But the problem was, as I was falling in love with this group of kids and their families and what they were doing in the community, I could see that they were stressed. They were dedicating so much time to helping other people. And so I started asking them, why do you guys all seem so stressed? It's only 9 o'clock at night and we just have to wrap like 5,000 more presents for the adoptive family. And they would say to me, well, I've got an AP test tomorrow and an honors test. And what I realized was is a lot of the kids just needed some time in the day to do service. So I approached the administration at the time, and I said, hey, I have an idea. What if we're getting connected, we're getting involved as a club, what if we actually did what my old school did, which is we were allowed to leave campus during the day when nonprofit businesses are open and do service. And the kids looked at me and they said, they'll never go for that. And then I went down to the admin, and sure enough, our admin, which is amazing, and Gilbert Public Schools decided, yes, we want these kids to be able to get out in the community to elementary schools, hospitals, animal shelters, soup kitchens, you name it. And we want to be able to do it when they're open. And so what happened is that is the GC15 class that Mr. Yee is talking about. And that made my love double, because now I've got my club, now I've got my class of students. When you get involved in something, help it grow. Help it not just be what it is, help it be better. And that's one thing that I love about Highland, is they give you the wings to stretch out your wings and do just that. Then, the same conversation with the admin, they said, hey, by the way, there's this thing called a block class. It's American history, American literature. We want you to teach that class because you have a degree in history and a degree in English. And I said, sounds kind of weird, like 2 hours with the same students for 2 hours, 2 teachers, double the class. It was a little daunting and threatening at the time, right? And those of you who had been in block class, you know, at first you're like, why would I stay with 2 hours in one class? And then you realize with 2 hours you get to know the students better and the families better. And we started these traditions in this block class that started bringing us together as a Hawk fam. And I'm going to give you some examples. Having students for 2 hours gives you the chance to like get to know them better. And then we have this trip at the end of the year we used to do called the block trip, where we would take what we learned during the year and we'd go travel and visit those sites, which has been a tradition since the school started. And what I loved about it was, is now you're traveling with kids, and you're getting to see the true them, and you're getting to meet people all across the world, and you're watching them learn, not out of a book or in a classroom, but literally life lessons. And I'm going to give you one. On the first block trip I went to, not first one, but one of the block trips I went on, we went to New York City, and taking a bunch of kids from Gilbert, Arizona to New York City is in itself an adventure. When we got there, we happened to be blessed to have a tour guide that happened to have been, this is after 9/11 by the way, because we didn't go on the trip 9/11 for obvious reasons. But the next year we went, and our tour guide was a waiter who was a waiter at the top, Windows of the World, at the top of the World Trade Center. And to watch a bunch of Highland kids hear his story about how he had to take his mom to a doctor's appointment that morning while his friends were all out working, and then when the plane hit, he lost a lot of his closest friends. And the students that were there listening to him speak, you should see it. It was learning beyond learning. It was connecting with another human being. And that I'll never forget that experience, and neither will they. In fact, they just talked about it. We just had a reunion just last week, and some of the blockheads, that's what we call them. You know, it's a term of endearment. They were sharing that that was one of the memories that stuck with them the most. So students, think back to your last 4 years. I want you to be thinking of what memories stick with you. It could have been that trip, it could have been that field trip, or it could have just been something about you and your friends on your sports team or in your club. Cherish those moments, because we're here to learn, but we're also here to grow and love. And so I want you to get involved as much as possible and make as many connections with as many people as you leave Highland as you did while you were at Highland, if not more. Now, real quick, the other thing that I love that you guys have established as a tradition at Highland is the fight song on game days. That started in the block class when we realized there wasn't a lot of students' school spirit this one year. And we decided that if we have 65 kids in each of our classes, and I have 120 kids in the GC15 class, what if we tried to help school spirit, right? So, and Mr. B's not going to like me for this, but I literally not only made them memorize the fight song, but I actually tested them on it. I know, it has nothing to do with the subjects I was teaching, but it had to do with school spirit. And they would musicians, wherever you go, be a part of them. Be a part of them and help them grow as well. And that's why I love that you guys keep that tradition alive even today. Now, last but not least, I'm going to give you some advice. Now, this is from the faculty. They asked me to behold and send you as much advice as I can give you. So I'm going to tell you what they told me to tell you. The first piece of advice that they want to give you is to live in the moment. Live in the moment. And no offense to us and our cell phones, but a lot of times we're living through the screen in our cell phone and not living in the moment. And we want you to make sure that you're living in the moment, especially in moments like this. What these musicians did and what that choir just did, if you were not here, you would not know how amazing that was, right? But if you were just listening and in the moment, you understand that that was more than just average. That was phenomenal, right? The next thing they want me to tell you is take risks. When I was in high school, I had to do community service to graduate. And so my buddies and I decided, because we're baseball players, we would go volunteer and coach Little League and umpire. And I realized I was pretty shy at the time, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to just do the group stuff. I want to try something on my own. And as a shy person, yes, I became this person in college. I was much better in college. But as a shy person, I had to step out of my comfort zone and go volunteer. So I volunteered with autistic children, and it changed my life junior year. My senior year, I volunteered at St. Vincent de Paul, Feed the Homeless, and it changed my life. So what I want you guys to do is step out of your comfort zones, take some risks. Don't always just do what the group is doing. Find your passion, find your love, and go with that. Speaking of passion and love, the faculty want you to also have various jobs and experiences. How do you know what you love if you haven't tried different jobs, gone to different had experiences, cultural experiences? Please expand your horizons, and in doing so, you'll realize what you love and then where you want to live, and because you love that place, right, where you want to travel. So have various jobs, various experiences, and hopefully you'll find what you love. You'll be able to focus on it, and then settle down there and love it. Your job is not a job if you love it, and that's how I feel, and that's why I've been here for 28 years. And then the last thing, Mr. D mentioned, that I'm so proud of you for, is your class has done an amazing job of doing what the faculty is asking you to do as you move forward into your next chapter, and that is serve. I can't tell you, there is no drug that can make you as happy as helping other people. There is nothing. It fills your soul, and it'll live with you for the rest of your life. And I'm going to give you one quick example of this. This year, I had a student who's in my GC 105 class, who's volunteering at an elementary school. And she came to me and she said, Mr. Allen, I'm just kind of grading papers, and I'm not really interacting with the students. I kind of think I might want to do something different. I said, well, let me talk to the teacher and see if we can get you more involved. So I called the teacher, and the teacher said, Bob, I have her grading because I want her at my desk grading because there's a girl in the class who's having a really difficult home life right now. And every day she runs in and she goes over and she gives your volunteer student a hug. And that's the only hug she's getting, because at home she's not getting the affection that she needs. But your student gives her a genuine hug, and she has blossomed this year. So I don't care if she grades or not, I just need her sitting there for that child. And when I told my volunteer student that, she realized, oh my gosh, I thought I wasn't making a difference. I was making a huge difference. And that's what I need you all to remember. The smallest deed that you don't even see, kind of like what Mr. D was talking about, when you did things to cheer him up, same thing. There's things you're doing that you don't even know will impact the world. So please continue to serve as you have at Highland. And speaking of that, the last thing I need to tell you is how proud I am of you. If you don't know, I get the blessing of being in charge of knowing all the volunteer hours that come in at Highland High School for every child and every student in the entire school. And your class, I'm very proud of, because after COVID, it's been really hard to get back into community service. And you guys not only got back into it, you superseded last year's graduating class, and you guys this year, and by the way, I just updated this literally an hour and a half ago, you guys have done 13,335 hours of volunteer service. Just you guys. Just your class. And for the rest of you, if you don't know what I'm saying, it's not just at one location. It's at elementary schools, hospitals, Save the Family, Relay for Life. I have a list of 100 organizations that this class helped to make better. So continue that in college and beyond, my friends. And then last but not least, Mr. You already mentioned this. You mentioned how you guys, of course, won your 17th straight state championship, which I'm so proud of you for. But what he didn't say is the number of donations you actually collected just this year. And if you don't know, for every donation you donate, by the way, I just found this out the other day, mothers giving birth, 1 out of every 83 mothers that give birth need some sort of transfusion, right? Some blood products. So when I heard that, and then I saw the number that you guys did this year, 776. If you know that up to 3 lives can be impacted by 1 donation, that means your class this year at Highland, you guys helped save 2,328 lives. That is unbelievable. And the last thing I want to say is just a thank you. And it's a thank you to my wife and my family for letting me spend so much time with my Hawk fam. My time with my Hawk fam took me away from my real fam, and that's a sacrifice. So thank you. Sorry. Also, I want to thank the faculty, staff, and the administration. You would not have the greatest school in the state of Arizona if it wasn't for your faculty, staff, and your administration letting you guys fly high and do what you do best, which is be great. And then parents, I can't thank you enough for raising some of the finest people I've ever met, and I feel proud to have met, let alone taught, let alone gotten to know many of these students that are in here. And so thank you for all that you've done over the years to make such great individuals. And last but not least, graduates, thank you for making Highland what it is today, and hopefully your legacy will continue for the rest of your lives. And please come back. I want to say one thing, just remember Thursday at graduation, when you guys throw your hats and you're done, that'll be the last time that all of you, every single graduate of Highland High School will be in the same place. So cherish the next 4 days. And then after that, make sure you keep in touch and you stay together, because you are a great Hawk fan, and we all love you and we wish you the best.
If you could join me in one more appreciation and thanks for Mrs. Bortnam, our choir director, and Mr. Gormley, our orchestra director, and all of our talented students. They get to perform one more time. Our 2024 seniors get one more time on this the stage, but they have truly been amazing while here at Highland. It is now my pleasure to introduce our baccalaureate student speaker, our student body president, Cameron Allen. Cameron has been part of our Highland Student Council for each of her 4 years here at the Nest. She has been on our Hawks track team, 3 years being on varsity. She is number 6 out of 7 children, all of whom have attended Highland High School. She is an aunt to 2 nieces and 4 nephews, and they are her best friends. And ask anyone around, especially anyone in her family, and they will say that Cameron is their favorite aunt. Cameron loves to hang out with her friends and family in her spare time. She brightens up any room that she is in and makes everyone feel welcomed. I was able to experience that kindness from her last fall when we were able to attend Disneyland for a student council leadership conference. The entire trip, she was friendly, radiating positivity and making others laugh. Cameron was even kind enough to invite me to sit next to her in the front seats of the Thunder Mountain Railroad ride at Disneyland, and it will be a memory I will always cherish. After graduating from Highland, Cameron will attend a semester of college at BYU Provo, and then in January of 2025, she will serve a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We are grateful for her service and leadership that she provided to our campus while being a member of the Student Council for the last 4 years. I look forward to hearing about her future successes and the next chapter in her journey as she continues to shine bright wherever she goes. Please help me welcome Cameron Allen to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Yee, for the introduction. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Like Mr. Yee said, my name is Cameron Allen, and I am beyond grateful for the opportunity I have to speak here today. Before I begin, I just wanted to say a few thank yous. Thank you to Rhonda Page, governing board member. We appreciate you being here today. Thank you to the staff here at Highland, especially my teachers. I am grateful for your resilience in teaching us. Thank you to all my friends. You guys truly are the lights of my life, and I love each and every one of you dearly. And to my family, but especially my parents, you guys are my best friends and my people. You have continually taught me and stayed by my side at my best and my worst, and there are truly no words, or actions to ever make up what you have sacrificed for me. Thank you. Every single year around Christmas time, my grandparents gather the grandchildren, ages 12 and up-ish, and have us watch a movie called It's a Wonderful Life. I have learned more about life from this movie than I could have ever imagined, and I would like to share some of those valuable lessons with you. First, let us remember and understand how our actions, big or small, negative or positive, can significantly affect our peers. Through compassion and consideration for others, we have the power to stimulate positive change. Ultimately, embracing kindness and harmony will not only benefit society, but also enrich our own lives. In the movie, George Bailey discovered the true richness of his life through his family, friendships, and connections. Which brings me to lesson number 2. I challenge each of you to cherish the bonds you have formed and the bonds that have yet to be formed. In a world becoming more focused on individual success, do not forget the strength of our relationships sustains us through life's challenges. As we step into the future, hold them close as they are the foundation of a fulfilling life. Entering our future, we are bound to be struck with seemingly insurmountable challenges. My third lesson is to remember adversity often comes before growth. In moments of doubt, draw strength from those you know who have found light in the darkest of times. Know that every obstacle we are almost guaranteed to encounter is a chance to prove ourselves and shape ourselves. My fourth lesson is about wealth. True wealth is not in materialistic possessions and money, rather it is found in love, support, kindness, and friendships. Moving forward, do not forget that the richest people are those who invest in kindness and compassion. The fifth and final lesson, your life has meaning, even when we cannot see it ourselves. Each and every one of your lives is irreplaceable and essential. We all have a purpose here on this earth, and if we embrace this truth, as well as the others, we can continue to build an enjoyable life for ourselves and all those around us. Some of us may know what we want to do and see, but for most of us, and I would even dare say all of us, we have no idea what our lives will look like in the next few months and years. Who we call our friends, What we call home, where we spend our days, will all look extremely different. We are entering what some call the decade of decisions. Each decision has the power to take our life on a new course. Nobody else says it better, or I guess sings it better, than Natasha Bedingfield herself. She starts off, "I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned." Doesn't that sound a bit relatable? And then the more famous part, she says, "Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten." My fellow graduates, let's embrace the adventure and seize the opportunities awaiting. Remember, our future is ours to create, and it's up to us to write our own stories in the upcoming chapters of our lives. As we stand here today, with our futures unwritten, continue moving forward with courage and determination. These lessons I've shared with you today build upon one another, guiding us through life. If we make every moment count and create a future brighter than you ever imagined, we will truly have a wonderful life.